Australian bikie clubs, especially the Comancheros, are expanding their influence into the Pacific Islands, using the region to smuggle large quantities of cocaine and other illicit substances into Australia and New Zealand. In October 2024, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime issued a report which has highlighted how these groups have partnered with global crime networks like the Sinaloa Cartel, Asian crime groups and the Italian Ndrangheta to flood Australia and New Zealand's highly lucrative drug market. The report highlights that bikies, such as the Comanchero, have expanded their operations into Pacific Island nations. These groups are involved in various illicit activities, including drug trafficking, money laundering, and violent crimes. Their presence poses significant challenges to local law enforcement agencies and the overall security of the region. Cocaine prices in Australia have seen a significant increase, making the country one of the most expensive markets for the drug globally. In major Australian cities, a kilogram of cocaine can sell for up to 400,000 Australian dollars, which is approximately 266,000 US dollars, depending on purity. At the street level, a gram typically costs between 250 to 400 Australian dollars, often more than twice the price paid in cities like London and New York. The combination of high demand and stringent importation challenges continues to drive up cocaine prices in Australia, reinforcing its status as one of the most expensive places to purchase the drug worldwide. In a recent bust, it was revealed that the Comancheros had established a kingdom chapter in Tonga, a small island nation in the Pacific. In August last year, Tongan police arrested 17 individuals linked to a large-scale methamphetamine operation. The arrests were connected to a broader investigation into the importation and distribution of drugs in Tonga, involving international cooperation from New Zealand, Australia, and the United States. The operation, named Operation Burrito, focused on the Comanchero MC, resulting in the seizure of over 6 kilograms of meth, multiple vehicles, and various Comanchero-related paraphernalia, including nearly 100 t-shirts and around 20 vests. Among those arrested were a customs officer and a prison officer, underscoring the troubling reach of organized crime into official institutions. Also taken into custody was Anisi Taumi Folau, a senior Comanchero member, TikTok star, and a 501 deportee from Australia, who had been flaunting his lavish lifestyle across social media platforms. He was deported from Australia in October 2022, and created the chapter within few weeks of landing in Tonga. Following the operation, Tongan Police Commissioner spoke to the media about the bust.
Tonga being a very small kingdom, the presence of any sort of outlaw motorcycle element is one of major concern. Given that we've had 17 arrests over the last week and a half in a place the size of Tonga, it's a significant milestone.
Shane McLennan, an Australian, was sworn as Tonga's new police commissioner in 2022, making him the first Australian to hold the role. He has over 40 years of experience in policing, starting as a cadet with Queensland Police and later serving in the Australian Federal Police. McLennan succeeds 3 New Zealanders in the position. Along with setting up chapters in countries like Fiji, Samoa, and Tonga, bikies are using legitimate businesses to hide their activities and gain access to local political and business networks. Besides these 3 island nations, other Pacific nations being targeted by organized crime syndicates include Papua New Guinea, where illegal activities are becoming more rampant, and the Solomon Islands, which have also been identified as key locations for drug trafficking. These countries are increasingly used as transit points for large shipments of illicit substances, particularly methamphetamine and cocaine, on their way to Australia. Criminal organizations are exploiting the vast, less patrolled waters of the Pacific, using various sophisticated methods to smuggle drugs. Big ships, called mother ships, carry large amounts of cocaine and transfer it to smaller boats like fishing vessels or yachts, for the final leg of the journey. Additionally, traffickers are employing semi-submersible vessels, known as narco-submarines, to evade radar detection. Air routes also play a significant role, with unregistered light aircraft transporting cocaine from remote Pacific airstrips directly into Australia. Smugglers further conceal cocaine within legitimate shipments, such as water bottles or beauty products, to avoid detection by customs authorities. Pacific nations like Fiji, Tonga, and Papua New Guinea are key transit points, with traffickers establishing networks and stockpiling drugs before redistribution. Notable incidents, such as the Australian authorities' seizure of 2.3 tons of cocaine off Queensland's coast and the Colombian Navy's interception of 225 tons bound for Australia, highlight the growing scale of the operations. The report claims that there has been a significant increase in global cocaine production and trafficking. This is mainly due to a surge in coca cultivation by 35%, marking the sharpest annual rise since 2016. The cocaine market poses a clear global threat, with production concentrated in the Andean Amazonian region of South America. Approximately 70 to 80% of cocaine is smuggled across oceans, primarily originating from South America. Trafficking routes extend to various destinations, with some regions serving as crucial transit points. In 2023, Colombia experienced a 10% increase in coca bush cultivation, reaching 253,000 hectares. Potential cocaine production in the country rose by 53%, totaling 2,664 tons. The isolation of the Pacific, once seen as a disadvantage for smugglers, has become an asset now. Various drug trafficking routes, such as remote airstrips in Papua New Guinea and the unrestricted movement of small boats through the Torres Strait, have turned the region into a hotspot for drug trafficking. Law enforcement is struggling to keep up with limited resources in small Pacific nations, making it hard to tackle these sophisticated operations. The UN has called for stronger cooperation between regional authorities to combat the growing threat. However, the Comancheros' expanding footprint and their ability to collaborate with international syndicates highlight the scale of the problem. The infiltration of drug trafficking in Pacific Island nations has severe socioeconomic and security consequences, driven by limited economic opportunities and vulnerable institutions. Many locals, struggling with poverty and unemployment, are lured into trafficking by the promise of financial gain, often at great personal and community cost. This surge in illicit activity exposes communities to increased drug abuse, health disasters, and violence, disrupting social cohesion and traditional values. Weak law enforcement and corruption further enable traffickers, undermining governance and public trust. The resulting inequalities and crime create a cycle of exploitation, leaving these nations grappling with profound challenges to stability and safety. As the Pacific becomes a key player in global drug routes, tackling these operations will require a unified effort across the region. To address this, the UN emphasizes the need for regional cooperation, enhanced maritime surveillance, and intelligence sharing to disrupt drug smuggling networks effectively. If you're looking for more thrilling and edgy bikie updates, don't hesitate, whack that subscribe button, spread and share the video, hit that like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. And for the true grid Spartans out there, consider sending a super thanks or buy us a coffee to show some love. Your support keeps us going and the channel thriving, especially since most of our videos aren't monetized due to all the crime-related content. Stay tuned, stay curious, stay awesome, and take care. Wu-Tang. Brothers ride front to back, living for the bullfight. Thundering wheels, tales untold. Outlaw legends growing bold. Unleashed beasts, no chance to fold. Comanchero souls of gold.